to text you back, or how to pay your phone bill. How do I pay it? That's a small problem to have. That's small. If you have big problems, like how do I become the world's greatest lover, or how do I get water to this village in Africa? That's a big problem now. How do I do this in Africa? Do you think the guy that's trying to help the villages in Africa get water cares about his cell phone in Portugal? No. His phone bill? No. You've got bigger problems. I don't have time to think for these little things. I have big things to think about. See the difference? So I tell you guys, I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm excited. I'm not beating you up. I'm not saying, shh, shh. I'm excited. And you should be too. I'm excited about what I've learned about women. I know a great deal about women. I love women more than anything. I adore women. When I'm talking to a women's group, like in Sweden, this is beautiful. I love it. Women, 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 women. I love it. It's perfect. Here we go, girls. Let's have a talk. You know what they say? This is how I talk. This is how I talk to women's groups. This is how I open it. Women like this. I did this in Romania, everywhere. Women, all women in the group. I walk in and say, "Hi, I'm Zanport03. I have something to say to you." I say something like this. I say, I'll tell you, first of all, I'll introduce myself this way. This is who I am. First, I will tell you who I am not. I am not, I see this great, beautiful women, every age from 18 to 65 here. I saw you women here. And I'll tell you what I'm not. I am not your future boyfriend. And I'm not your future husband. That's not my role. Somebody else is going to be that role, not me. I will be your lover, if you desire it. That's my role. That's who I am. I'm this guy who loves women. I've spent my life loving women. I have known very many beautiful parts of women in my life, and I adore women more than you adore yourselves. So I talk to women. I'm a bigger believer in you, women, than you are in yourselves. I believe in you more than you believe in yourselves. And I'm going to stand in front of you, tell you my stories, tell you about my life in the company of women. And there's a line right here on the floor, imaginary line. And I'm going to be respectful, and you're in a safe place. And I'll tell you anything. You can attack me. You can be angry at me. You can be suspicious. That's okay. I can sit in it. I can take it. No problem, girls. Ask me any questions, whatever you want to talk about. There's a line here. I'll be respectful. And if you cross the line, I will bend you over. There you go. Now, let's have a talk. That's how I start my talk to women. Because it's true. Oh, this is my water. Is it my water?
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't know, guys. I think I'll quit there and take some questions, but don't forget what I'm trying to say to you. It's so strong. You already have it in you. Everybody here, every man here, is already creative, resourceful, and whole already. You don't think you are, but you are. You already have it. You already have it in you. It's a great thing. And knowing that, you have to remind yourself of that for the rest of your life. You're never going to become this guy. It's like, oh, I got it all figured out. Never. You're always going to be like having doubts in here. That's never going to go away. That never goes away for anybody. I remember reading an article with Eric Clapton, the great guitar player, who's influenced all the guitar players. He's been playing for 40 years, the guitar. And he said, you know, when I'm about to go on stage in front of people and I start to play, all I can think in my head is, how can they not see that I'm faking it the whole time? I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody has that same thought that you have. How many here have worked at a job or had to run a meeting or something like that, and you thought, how can they not see I'm faking it? I don't know what I'm talking about. And you just, right? You know what I'm talking about. And you're faking it. How can they not see that I don't know what I'm talking about? Guess what? Everybody's in that position. Every president of every company who comes into the boardroom and has a meeting with you and says, okay, he's in his head thinking, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. No clue. Everybody's faking it. So that's never going to go away. The doubt's never going to go away. All you can do is shake hands with it and say, yes, old friend. And sit down first. Go on the bench for a bit, because I'm going to go talk to this girl. The doubt will never go away. You just have to shake hands and say, yeah, okay, whatever. So I don't know. There's a legacy, guys. There's a passage for us, and you know, in all of our cultures on Earth, we've always had a rite of passage. How do you say that in Portuguese?
Rituais de passagem.
We've had that in every culture. Boys to men, boys to men, boys to men. We had some kind of a ceremony or a ritual that the boys would do, and now they became men. It's interesting that we have never in the history of the world had a concept, had the concept in our consciousness of the teenager until World War II. Before World War II, there was no such thing as teenagers ever in history. We invented teenagers after World War II so we could extend their childhood because we didn't know how to have a shift. They didn't have the word teenager before World War II. It's strange, but it's true. There was boys and then men. Boom, chunk. Just like that. Every culture. The Sioux Indians in the Dakotas, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
In North and South Dakota, they would have what they called a vision quest. And I don't know if you've heard of this, but they would take they would say to the boy, go into the wilderness. Go stand in the wind and speak your name. Go. And the boy would go, naked, scared, excited, afraid, cold, nervous, and he'd go. And he'd go away for days and days and days and days, sometimes weeks and weeks. And he would survive out there, and finally he would come back, and he would find his, what they called the totem, which is his spirit animal, like a wolf or an eagle or something. And he would come back to the village finally. And the men would say, okay, now you can stand with the men. Now you can stand with the men. Boom. Now he's a man. Now he's proud. He has something. He had a rite of passage. We had that in all of our cultures until today. We didn't have a rite of passage. This is why women are dating boys. Because we didn't shift. We were boys then, playing with our toys, and we're boys now, playing with our toys, except we don't have any fun anymore. We used to have fun when we were boys. That's why women are saying, where's the real men that will bend me over if I go near them? Where's those guys? I want to know, I want to feel it. See, we didn't have that. The rite of passage, which is your father to son legacy. Women have a rite of passage because they get their period. And they're like, I don't know. They run to the mom, I don't know, I'm scared and I'm excited because I'm a girl, I'm a woman, I don't know. They have a sense that something's changed in them, shifted. Makes sense? I could keep talking for like weeks, guys, but maybe I'll take a couple questions. No, you had a question.
It was about the fact that you were talking about asking the woman for a coffee, not for a real thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot the question. The thing is, will not the women be scared if your success rate will decrease?
Because why? Because you're saying it.
Yeah, if you put, okay, let's go for a coffee. If we get along, maybe we can do another thing, we can take this further. But putting all in up front, I like you.
Yeah.
Let's go for that. But, I don't know.
You know, I understand what you're saying. Like if you
You don't have standards. I like you. You're pretty.
Yeah.
Even if you're there.
Yeah, I want this right now, right? Yeah, I understand. It's, how do I say it? If it comes from you being a man and saying, just putting your stake in the ground, boom, this is who I am, this is what I want. It's never needy or too much to women. I don't know how to describe that better than that. It's, women will never look at you as like, I compliment women highly. I can say very high compliments to them and say, wow, okay, wait a minute, guys, I'm talking to these guys. Wait, I got to talk to this girl for a second. You look great. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You look fantastic. This girl's great. Look at your phone. It's great. Red lipstick, little dress. This girl I like. I can say that high. but it's never needy. You feel the difference of that? If I went up and say, wow, you're so beautiful, there's a difference. It's because it's coming from a place of, here's the key. When you compliment a girl, this I think is the difference. When you compliment a girl or compliment a woman, the compliment has nothing to do with her at all. For most men. When a guy says, wow, you look really pretty in that dress, he's not really saying anything about her. He's saying something about him. He's saying, I hope that I say something nice about your hair or your earrings so that you like me. Give me something in return, please. We're looking for something in return. My compliment has nothing to do with her, or a normal man's compliment has nothing to do with her. It's like, what can I get? I will say something nice to this girl. This girl's fat, so I'm not ignoring her. But this girl's cute, so I'm going to smile at her. Right? You ignore this one, which is a failing all around. And you're going to be nice to her. Fat girl, I'm not interested. But this girl's cute, so smiling. Your earrings are nice and blah. Your compliment has nothing to do with her at all. It's all about you. What can I get in return? Please give me something in return, because I'm being nice to you. I'm saying something nice to you. As opposed to a man who knows, who has a center of gravity, and says, you know what, I like women, I'm going to say something to you, you look great, and I like that. You look great in your earrings and your dress, because he's not asking for anything in return. He's just putting his energy into the world. Wow, I like girls. There's a great girl. Your friend is cute too. I didn't even see her yet. What's her name? That's energy going out this way. It's not like, hey, I'm going to say something nice to these girls. I'm going to chat them up. And maybe I can pick them up. There's no result. You're not looking for that. Of course, the great result is 1, 2, 3 girls in your bed at the same time. That's a great result. You would like that, but it's not what your compliment is about who you are. I am a man who likes women, and there's a great one, that's a great one, this is a great one, and your friend is great too. Damn, all 4 of you are great, and I like it. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm stating my truth. I put a stake in the ground. That's who I am. don't forget it, girls. I have arrived, and that's what I'm saying to you. You see? That's the difference, as opposed to, that's why I can say something strong like, wow, you know what, I'd love to see you again. Let's have coffee sometime. I'd like it. It's strong lower energy. You feel that. I'm not saying, hey, would you like to hang out? It's a strong lower energy. I'm a man, you're a woman, great dress. And it's respectful at the same time. It's both. Strength in that. There's a real strength in that. And if you just become aware of that in your body and how you're experiencing it, where your energy is flowing, lower or upper, just question yourself. When you're talking to a girl, or when you're not talking to a girl and you see a girl over there, but you're like, oh, I don't know what, should I go talk to her? And you're feeling that, stand outside of your body and look at yourself. And say, okay, what am I feeling here in my head? What am I feeling in my stomach? My hands are sweaty, thinking about talking to the girl. Where am I experiencing it? Just observe yourself. Just look at yourself. That's interesting. Don't judge yourself. Don't say, don't be an ass. Just look at yourself and say, well, that's really interesting. Why? Be curious about it. Be curious about what's going on. Because awareness, just becoming aware of how you're experiencing the world and how your body is, and aware of that's making you feel. Awareness is curative. Awareness is the whole solution to all of our questions. Just becoming aware. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to have the answers. You just have to have the big questions. Small, how do I say it? Mediocre minds sit in answers. Great minds sit in questions. Always be seeking mystery. Always be seeking what you don't know. Always try and find. Just stay in questions. Stay confused. Stay confused about what we're trying to learn next. Answers, put them behind you. That's good. That's an answer. Go to the next thing and be confused. Stay in the questions you guys are in all the time. But never step out and say, it's too much for me. Stay in the questions, because that will save your life. You guys are gathering in this room here. How many men in Portugal are not gathering in this room here? It's because you said, I want to know something about my life and my relationship with women and my relationship with other men. That's what I want to know. Boom. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a great group you have. You should be singing it to the world. You should be telling your parents, your sister, everything. This is what I'm doing. It's great. It's a good thing. It's a gift to the world that you guys are trying to create. But remember, it has to come from here. And it's all about what you want as a man, period. Boom. I'll say something, this is like, wow. This is, it's not politically correct, but I'll say it anyway. And most people will say, wow, this makes any sense to me, but I'm convinced it's true. And I've never heard anybody in the world ever say this. When you start out as a man in bed with women, you don't know what to do. You're like, should I do this? You go down on a woman, for instance, and you're not sure what to do. You try things, and you're listening to her, and you're kind of like clueless, and you're just kind of like turning knobs and trying a few things. You know what I mean? And you have no clue. Then you get some experience in your life with women in your bed, or you read some books. She Comes First, or whatever these books are, right? You know, make sure she comes first. How to go down on a woman. You read this kind of stuff, these e-books on the internet late at night. How to do this, and then you get a better understanding of a woman's body and her anatomy. And then you read that you should have nice candles, and you massage, and you learn massage techniques, and all the shiatsu, this kind of stuff, and the chakras, and you learn all that kind of stuff. And then you become this great, a great lover of women in bed. Okay, right? So there's here to here, and we think that's the two extremes. You're either this guy who can't figure it out, or you become this great guy who massages for hours and knows how to, okay. There's another level beyond that, and I've never heard anybody say this, but I'm convinced it's true. And that is when you just take her in bed and pound her. That's right, I'm doing what I want you. You just bend her over. That's right. Back it up, girl. You go over here, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. And you're talking in her ear like this. Down and dirty in her ear. And that makes the woman go insane. As Steve Pickett says, she starts speaking Chinese. Imagine that. We think we don't know anything, and now we become this great lover. And there's a thing beyond that, where here you're trying to figure it out. Here you're trying to please her. Which women say, yeah, we want this. We want this guy who pleases us. Yeah. The guy that goes down on me for hours. Yeah, it's perfect. Candles. That's what we want. No, you don't. I've never heard anybody say that, but it's true. I'm convinced it's true. In this stage, you're pleasing women. You can massage for hours. You're a great dater. You can date women well. You're that guy. Okay? You're a nice guy in bed now, is what you are, because you're like pleasing her. You get to this point here, and you're pleasing yourself. You're pleasing yourself with her, through her. And women can feel it in every pore of their fiber. I'm pleasing myself with you, baby, and here's how it's going to go. And it's great. And there's a strength in that, and there's a conviction in that, and there's a leading energy in that, and it's a respectful energy. And it looks like you're just being a guy who's like, when you were young and you get in bed with a girl, you're like, I don't know, okay, I'm done. You think it's that, but no, it's different. Do you understand what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Because it's a difficult concept. All I'm saying is that I'm going to write about it in my book. I'm writing about it in my book, so hopefully I can explain it better. I haven't come up with a better way to explain it. But it's, you stop pleasing yourself, or you stop pleasing her, which is what we do. This is why our dates are because we're pleasing her. This is why our relationships are because we're pleasing her. Instead, you please yourself through her. You say, you know what, you're so magnificent that I'm going to please myself through you in everything I do. On a date, there's something to that. I have to put it in better words. Because if I say just this, guys say, oh, Zan said just like stop going down on women, stop foreplay, and just like, I'm not saying that at all. You cannot do this unless you have this knowledge of pleasing her. You cannot be this guy. You cannot short circuit. You cannot jump ahead to this. Because it comes through your soul, comes through the tips of your fingers, that you know how to please a woman, and it's enough then to just touch her, and she can feel that, boom. I don't know how else to say it. I have to write about it, because it's advanced even from my head. Anyway, do we want to have questions, or how are we doing for time?
I have one. You were saying about this thing of being a lover and demonstrating that to the women. But what do you think about part of polygamy? I asked that,
okay.
And about the poly relationship, even and it's something more culture, something that it's personal for each person. How do you see it?
You know what? That's a great question. You asked about polyamory, and is it something that's a good thing, or is it something that's personal and everyone's different, right?
Yeah, if there is a good answer for that, or even for human beings in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Something just for men or women.
I'll say it like this. I'm convinced that polyamory is something that men desire and women tolerate. Women will say, okay, I'm liberated, I'm a modern woman, I want that too. But I don't think women really want it. And men, that's their desire, like to have like a bunch of women, right? Have like their relationships like that. But women, and I know women in relationships that are polyamorous. And she says, yeah, I can see other guys, and it's great. But I know women. And I can know, I look in her eyes, and I see, I'm talking to her, and I can realize that she loves this guy. She would have just, she doesn't want to see anybody else beside him. So I don't know. For me personally, I don't like it. Like, I like, if I have a girl, that's my girl. That's my girl right there. That's right. That's my baby. Now we talk to all the other girls. I take her around. She's the best wingman I've ever had. This is my girl. And I walk around with her. Let's go talk. Let's go. Come on. Let's go talk to her. That's great. So for me personally, but I don't want to talk about it on a global level or if it's a good thing for society level, because I don't know, to be honest.
It's something even with the changes and you see now lots of divorce, betray the women or men, even with marriage. So even for me, I kind of have a perspective. Even being young, for me, I think for most that want to enjoy it at best. And I've talked with more friends about it, and they see it also that way. But at some point when we get old, I think maybe something for each time. But even if there is old guys that they feel like they want to have something serious.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think no matter my personal opinion is, it always goes back to that. At some point, you go back to like I'm convinced of it. So, and I'm going to write about it some more. But like, there's I don't want to say too much. Like, I don't want to like until I understand it clearer in my head. But I'm convinced that women don't really, even if they say they do, convinced they don't really want it in their life. There you go. Men want it. Yes?
Well, we have many questions here, but I think one key point that you mentioned is awareness. Awareness of so many things. Because maybe we are so focused on what to say next.
Yes.
The next step that we forget about being aware of us.
Yeah.
Are we feeling this girl? Being aware of the girl sometimes.
Yes.
Because what is he passionate about and the situation and the whole story that is going on between us. It's like the three things in one, being aware.
Exactly. Even in relationship, there's three things. There's her, you, and relationship, which is its own thing. That's a living, breathing thing. That's a great way of saying it. Being aware of the whole thing. Being just like standing back and watching the whole thing and like not taking any of it too seriously. Because we just, this is our life and this is how we do it. So awareness is like the greatest thing, and just become aware without trying to solve things, trying to find the answers, that sort of thing. And I mean, when I talk to women, I'm very direct. I'm very, 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 very direct. When I talk to women, I'm the most direct man I know. And by that I don't mean. I just like when I said earlier today, I just say statements. All I ever do with women is say what I want. That's it. I would like to see you. You should come home with me. You would be great in my bed. I can see you in the way you move your ass. You'd be great in bed. I'm just saying it. You don't have to accept it. It's okay. strong. I just say things like this, okay? I just say statements. And you know what it is? It's like, it's almost like I call, I'm trying to come up with words for this. It's almost like I call women to a higher standard, the way I call myself to a higher standard. The way I'm calling you guys to a higher standard today. It's the same call to action I'm calling out of the guys, the way I talk to women when I'm talking to a woman. Or women's groups. Or a woman one-on-one at a bar. Or a woman sitting across me in a date. I tell her how I want it to be. Without commanding. Without demanding. Without saying, you better do this or else. No, it's all full. She has full responsibility for her side. I'm just saying, this is how I would like it. I would love to see you. That's all I know. You should be my girl. You should be my girl. Look at you. Why are you not my girl? I'm just trying to understand. Why? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Of course, you should be my girl. I'm just saying what I want the whole time I'm talking to a girl. And I call women to a higher standard. When I say I'm direct, it means that I'll give you an example. I tell women how to treat me with my words, not with my actions. I say to women this. I say to women this. I want you to trust me because I'm saying it with my words, not because I'm proving I'm trustworthy. I just met you, and I promise you can trust me. You come with us. We're going to go to this place over here. There's a house party over there, and they're like, and I promise you to say, look at my eyes. I promise you to say, you and your friend will be safe. I will personally make sure you get home safe. Okay? I promise I'll take care of it. Boom. When you say it, that strength, that authority, that woman will trust you for the rest of her life. She just met you. I don't even know your name. What's your name? Sorry, what's your name? I promise if you girls come with us, I'll make sure you get home. I'll take it upon myself right here. You're safe. That woman will trust you because you said it with your voice. I always am telling women how I want it to be. I met a girl I was in Texas, and we were filming. We have an online university, which was a 90-day program, and we were filming some films, the film parts for that in Texas for a few months. And we were there in Texas, and the guys who were doing the film said, listen, it was a Thursday night, they said, on Thursday night we go to the strip club and come with us. And I'm like, I hadn't been to a strip club in like years. And Hans, my business partner, had never been to one in his life. We're like, naked girls, we've seen it before. No, come, it'll be fun. So we said, okay. So we went, and we're sitting there. I don't know what the strip clubs here in Portugal, yes, obviously. But in Texas and Canada and those places, the girls, you're sitting down and you have this expensive drink, and the girls come around and they try and get you to go buy a private dance with them. 3 songs, they go to a private room and give them $50 or something. And so the girls are coming by and they're being sweet and they're flirting with you. And I'm saying to them, to the girl, I said, listen, sweetie, I know you're working, I know you're paying your rent, I respect that fully. But I'm here with my friends, I'm just watching, I'm not going to pay you any money, I promise. And those guys at the table over there look at you. Go talk to them. You're sweet, you look great, your ass is great, I understand, but I'm not going to pay you any money. Just sit here with my friends. Just being honest straight up so you don't have to put a lot of effort into talking to me. And then they would, wander off and go talk to the guys. This one girl, this Mexican girl, she said, well, why not? Why not? And I can't remember exactly what I said, but I looked at her and I said, I'm not like other men. I look at things differently. And she sat down beside me and she started to talk to me. And I talked to her for 45 minutes, this girl. And she told me her whole life story. She told me all of, how she was abused. She was abandoned by men. She was betrayed by men. She was beat up by men. She had this whole life story. And she doesn't trust men, and she's smart, and she knows how to manipulate men out of money with her body. She knows how to make Jordan, this guy, pay just by the way she shakes it. This guy, she knows how to manipulate men that way. And she sees it that way. She doesn't trust men, doesn't really like men. She's telling me this whole thing. And I sat there with her like this. And I'm looking across at her like this. And I said to her, her name is Gabrielle, and I said, Gabrielle, listen, I'm going to say this to you. Look at my eyes. So I talked to her. And I said, look at my eyes. I understand that you don't trust men. I get it. feel it. I can feel it in your entire energy. I can feel it. I understand you don't trust men. I understand that you have all these issues. Yes, you were abused. Yes, you were hurt. Yes, you were abandoned. Yes, you were lied to, but not here. Listen to what I'm saying. Look at my eyes. That's what I'm going to tell you. Not here. Outside of this, you can mistrust men all you want. You can be suspicious of men, but not with me. Do not be suspicious of me. I want you to know that you can trust me, and I want you to understand it right now. And I don't even know you. And I may never see you again. I may never see you again, Gabriella. But if I ever see you again, I'm looking her in the eyes. If I ever see you again, then I want you to show up full trust in me. That's what I want. I want that from you. You don't have to do it. I want you to be beautiful whenever I see you, because I'm going to see you as beautiful. And I want you to show up as beautiful and trusting of me when I see you again. If I do, maybe I don't. That's all I want. A command. It's almost like a commanding women. This is what I want, in a respectful way. She was crying, and that girl came every day to our house for the rest of the month that we were there in Texas. She brought us coffee, she brought us salsa dancing, she brought us her paintings, she put them on the wall, made it beautiful for us. She bought us a coffee maker because we didn't have one. She came into our house and she cooked, and she came in little sundresses. The most beautiful beauty you've ever seen, just like a little girl coming into our place. She loved it. She said, no man has ever talked to me like that. Not because I'm this great guy, but because I said, this is what I want from you. If I ever see you again, be beautiful to me, because I'm going to see you as beautiful. That's all I want. That's why I talk to women. I want a certain thing. And I'm not demanding it. I'm not saying you better do this, or else, oh, you'll never see me again. No, no, no. It's like, I want this to be great. Delightful to see that in you, because I see you as a beautiful girl. Yes, you were abused. Yes, you were lied to, but not here. I will never, ever lie to you. And when you say that to a woman, she will leave you forever. And they will become girls. You say that to a woman, she becomes a girl around you. She protects you. She feeds you. She nurtures you. She makes sure you're okay. She tells all the girls about you. This guy, all the guys are assholes. This guy is the real deal. Make sense? That's powerful, man. You know, we try and go out there and trying to figure out how to get girls in our bed. How to get a phone number, how to get girl into our bed. This is something bigger. This is a bigger question to have. How do you become the woman? How do you become a man that women cannot stop thinking about and who adore you, who protect you, who take care of you, who know you're leaving town and they still love you? And when you come back to town, they're like excited to see you again. How do you become that guy? That's a great thing. That's the real goal in my mind. Anything else is less. It's just, you can get a girl in bed. And was she happy with that experience? Was she like, oh, okay, well, I was drunk. Yeah, you're real big. You scored. But is a woman that comes to your bed and is excited to be there with you and wants to give you? Women give you everything. It's in their nature to give to you. Women give me women. That's how I get women. I'm not a pickup artist. I don't know how to do that. I can't go to the bar and get a phone number. I don't know how to do that. Women give me women. Women bring women around me. Say, this guy's great. You can meet this guy. Because I asked for it. Bring girls around. Hey, sweetie, I adore you, sweetie. Bring all your girlfriends. Come on, bring them over. And they do. Women will give you what you ask for. Women have it in them, in their bodies, in their system, in their spirit, to give. They're generous, but we don't allow them to. They want to give you everything. They want to. Women will take care of you. Women will nurture you. Women will feed you. Women will make sure that they'll take care of you. Send you on your way. Boom. I'll see you. That's what I'm trying to talk about. It's a different level, guys. It's different than getting a girl into your bed. It's different than getting a phone number. Yeah.
You have traveled around the world, many countries, and I want to know in certain religious countries or where people are more close-minded, how can you open mind certain rules?
That's a good question, because there's some countries where where the women are still living with their parents in this very religious country. And it depends what you want. Like, if I never ever try and describe or judge men for what they want. Like, someone in this room might be looking to get a one-night stand. Somebody might want to have a threesome. Somebody might want to meet a great girlfriend. Somebody might want to meet a wife. Somebody might want to have a better relationship with their wife. Maybe there's a married guy here who just wants a better relationship with his wife. None of those things matter. Because what I'm talking about is a different level that works for all those things. I'm talking about honesty. Honesty is the greatest aphrodisiac. You tell women what you want, and they say, I don't want that, but thank you. It's refreshing to hear it. Or they give it to you. So I'm not making a judgment call on that or trying to say, how do we get the girls in the religious countries to do one-night stands? Because I don't know. And, you know, it depends what you want. Women will give you, if you're authentic, they will give you what you want. And if you're honest about it, and if they don't want to give you that, they will tell you and they'll thank you for being honest. All the time. So, I don't know. Like, so there's some countries where you go to and it's a different, the culture is a little bit different. The women are a lot more closed and much more reserved. You go like to Brazil, the women are like, this dance. You know, much more open. So, I don't have an answer to that. I guess. Hold on here.
How do you deal with the suffering when they feel betrayed? If they sometimes, I guess in your experience, sometimes they betrayed because there is a common rule in the human that if I like something, I want more of that something. It's a human basic rule. If I would like something, I want more.
Yeah.
How do you deal with? Because for them, many experience, I thought that probably you show nice stories that they feel an expectation. They are having like a long the experience of their life, and in some moment, I guess
women have great expectations, and if it's great with you, no matter what you say at the beginning, they still think there's still, you know, there's sadness. I tell you, there's a sadness around it. I've had experiences in my past many times, like when I was younger, where there was a sense of you weren't honest with me, or I didn't know, and I hurt I broke hearts. You know, I know, and I'm like, well, I tried to say it, but I didn't really try and say it. And now I tell you, I'm very strong as I say who I am. Like the girl in Texas, I say, listen, I'm leaving town. I may never see you again. That's the truth. That is the truth. And women have to do what they want with that information. Do you know what I'm saying? It's up to them. Because I tell you, there's sadness around it. And I'm sad too, because the girl's great. And I'm leaving town or whatever. There's a sadness around it, but there's never regret. There's never a sense that you know what? I thought there was going to be something more. Because they know there was going to be something more. They wish there was something more. I don't have an answer for it, to be honest. It's not easy. That's the truth.
Again, it's the nature of the life. Sometimes there is consequence is that you are, even if something is finished, sometimes you feel sad. It's a sign that it was something worth. Sometimes it's just, there's no another.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sad if you are not sad.
Yes.
Exactly. Something.
I understand it. Like, I don't want a woman to be sad because of me. And I know Casanova would travel, and he would go to all the different cities he went to, and he'd arrive in a city, he'd get a great girlfriend, and she would live with him, and he's all excited. For 3 months he stays there, and then it's time for him to go, because it's in his blood to go. He has to go. And he would think, I should stay, because this girl's so great, but I gotta go. But he knew she was going to be heartbroken. Him too. He was going to be heartbroken too. But he has to go. And so he would try and find her, he would introduce her to a young man, and when she was okay and dating somebody, then he would say, okay, she's going to be okay now, and then he could leave. I know that feeling. I can't leave a girl either. She has to, she can be okay, I have to make sure she's good. I know it. If you have the adventurer's, the treasure hunter's heart, which I do, that's why I left the boardroom. You have to live with this. I don't know how. There's no way to make it so that she's all excited that you're leaving. It's not possible. It's just, you just have to be authentic and truthful all the way as best you can. Yeah. Sorry, there was a question there first, and then you.
So before we talked about renunciation.
Yeah.
Would you explain like what exactly do you renounce?
Well.
Very clever. I mean, like,
yeah.
Just in your perspective.
In my perspective, it's this. We think we have to have everything figured out before we can live the life that we want to do. We first have to get some money saved. First we have to do this. Then I'm going to go traveling or whatever. I never talk about lifestyle. I am a wanderer. I live in one suitcase.